Is das Gessler? Okay, so let's listen to it first. Ah, what happened? Just a moment, guys, okay? Yeah.
Wo ist das Gessele? Wo ist die Stieb? Wo ist das Mädel, wem verblieb? What is das Gessele? What is die Stieb? What is das Mädel, wem verblieb? What is das Gessele? What is die Stieb? What is das Mädel, wem verblieb? Wo ist das Teichele? Wo ist die Mühl? Wo ist das Dörferle? Wo ist die Schiel? What is das Teichele? What is die Mühl? What is das Dörferle? What is die Schiel? What is das Teichele? What is die Mühl? What is das Dörferle? What is die Schiel? Herein in du Stiebel, mein Wehtig ist groß, als ist geblieben nach der Bleus. Nicht mehr das Gessele, nicht mehr die Stieb, nicht mehr das Mädel, wem verblieb. Nicht mehr das Gessele, nicht mehr die Stieb. Nicht mehr das Mädel, wem
Okay, that's a powerful song. Okay, Janet, will you start reading the English, please?
Was eine wunderbare Stimme.
Mhm.
We've heard a number of nostalgic songs like Belts, Mein Städtele Belts und Wo sind meine 7 gute Yard? Wo ist das Gisela? Where's the little alley? Was probably one of the best known in Europe during World War I and also in America after World War II. Published versions date from 1901, 1912, and 1936. Its author is unknown, so it is classified as a folk song. Many versions exist, including some in Russian and Ukrainian. Its theme evokes Chaim Grad's memoir, Der Mamas Shabbosim, danke, My Mother's Sabbath Days, which recounts his heartbreaking return to Vilna at the end of World War II. It is sung here by Jan Pierce, the renowned cantor and performer, recorded in 1963.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Henrietta, can you start?
Wie ist das Gazelle? Wie ist die Stub? Wie ist das Mädele? Wem ich hab lieb? At ist das Gazelle? At ist die Schule? At ist das Mädele? Wem ich hab lieb? Where is the little street or the alley? Where is my home? Where is the little girl that I have loved? Where is the little street? Where
No,
is the
ot
little
is das, ir.
What is this? Guess where is the little street? Where is the little house? Where is the little girl that I have loved?
Okay, thank you. But ot is das Geselle, it's ir is the street, ir is the house.
Okay,
Yes, Maurice?
here it
Yes,
is.
Ot is here. It's in his mind.
Yeah.
He doesn't really see it, but it's in his mind.
He's looking for it, you know. Like a lot, it was written before World War II.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know, after the war, a lot of people came home looking for their homes, looking for the people that they care for. So, yeah. Bob, can you read, Bob?
Ich will fragen etwas.
Oh, okay, Michael.
Efter ist das Lied etwas von wegen a Stub noch a Pogrom?
Skenzan. Yeah, Skenzan.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay, Elaine, I see that you raised your hand.
Hold on. That answered my question because it did say that it was popular during World War I
Mhm.
first. So I was going to ask, why was it, that it was that early on? It was before World War II, but the pogrom, that'll do it. Okay.
Well, even without a pogrom, a world war can do it too.
Okay, Bob, can you continue?
Wo is de Teichele? Wo is de Mil? Wo is das Daffele? Wo is die Schil? Where is excuse me. Where is the little stream? Where is the mill? Where is the
And
hamlet? Hamlet,
sweetie,
village.
can't
Where
get the
is
speaker
the
operating.
shul?
You can.
Here is
Uh,
the
You want me to
little
do-
stream, as Maurice says in my mind. Here is the little stream. Here is the mill. Here is that little hamlet. Here is the shul.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Maurice, you want to add anything?
No,
What is the
that's fine.
Darpele? What
I
is
just-
Darpele?
Dave?
So the word for a village is a
Village is
dorf.
Darf.
And
It's, a-
Delphi
it, the
is
dictionary
diminutive.
said Hamlet.
Not just a village, it's a little village.
Oh,
It said
okay.
Hamlet,
It's a hamlet, right.
Hamlet.
Yeah, a little village, yeah. Okay, Neely?
Did you say the word for village was Darf or Derf?
Dolph.
Dorf,
Dorf.
Dorf, Dorf.
Dorf is a village.
Dorf,
Oh,
and then when it's in the
German.
diminutive, it becomes
Derfele,
Derfele.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
the
Yes,
L,
now,
the
Dorf
the
actually has two meanings. It can mean a village and it
Yeah,
can mean
sure.
the countryside,
Here,
like going to the
this
country
is-
in Dorf.
mhm.
It's
But the
a
Ella,
Right,
adding
it's
Ella
diminutive.
to the
It's a
word
little
makes
village.
it diminutive.
Beverly, you wanted to say something? Let
Yes.
Maurice finish and then you talk, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Beverly.
sorry. Teichele, derfele, adding the Ella, the ayin, lamed ayin makes it diminutive.
Right.
Ella,
Right.
right, yes.
bubbele,
No, I
zisele.
was questioning the first iron, Derfele. I know the L makes it diminutive, but someone said that Dorf, they used,
No,
an
yeah.
olive, a Kometz olive instead of the iron. That's what I was questioning.
It comes from Dorf.
Okay, thank
It
you.
changes when it's diminutive.
Okay,
Thank
let's go
you.
on. Let's go on.
Arise
Okay,
and deceive.
who is talking all the time? Neely, is it you?
Of course.
Okay, so if you want
Okay.
to talk, raise your hand if you want to talk. Anyway, Sandra, you are with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, can you read, please?
Rein in dem Stiebele, mein Wetig is groß, als is geblieben, achulem nor blois. Nisto mehr das Gessele, nisto mehr die Stub, nisto mehr das Mädele, wenn man blieb.
Okay, can you translate it, please?
Yes. Go into the little house.
I went into.
No, it's not, I guess.
No, inside.
It's in his
Go
mind.
inside-
He's
go inside
imagining that.
hut.
He's
How would
imagining,
you say Stiebele, a hut or a small house?
yes, the little house, right.
Go
He's
into the little,
imagining he's going into the little house.
Into the.
my heartache is is great. Everything that remains is a dream. It's an empty dream. I guess that how would you translate Blois? I don't really know.
It's only a dream.
It's only a dream. The little street and the house, it doesn't exist, and the little girl the girl that I so loved.
Right. Good.
Okay, thank you, Sandra. Maurice, you want to add anything?
No,
before
that's
we-
fine. Good, good.
Okay.
That's good.
So I see Susan and then Rochelle. Susan?
Well, I want to say that a lot of the words in diminutive change the vowels, and we have it specifically in this song. You have gas and gesele. The vowel is a and changed to e. Then you have stub and stiebele and dorf and derfele. So that's very common, the change of vowels in the diminutive.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Thanks. Rochelle?
Yeah, in the same vein, I mean, I would say, in the Stormer, the Steve, first of all, it rhymes with lieb, and I guess in my dialect, we never said stu.
Well, one is I guess Galiciana and the other is
I
Litzen.
don't, whatever was Polish.
Yeah. Polish, yeah.
So I don't, so if I were writing, would I always write Stub, not Steve?
Right. The point is, there are so many different dialects
Right,
that when the people organized Yivo, one of their main objects was to standardize at least the written language. I mean, it was clear that they weren't going to standardize the spoken
Okay.
language. So this way, everybody knows what you're talking about if you spell it the same way. Otherwise, it's complete chaos.
yeah, except here it doesn't rhyme if.
No, right, but that's why
Yeah,
I try to keep it standard, you know, Yivo spelling. I go by the dictionary and, you know.
Okay. I know that Maurice loves the subject of this diet. I know it. Okay. Michael and then Bonnie. Michael.
I was gonna say, you can see an example of not following that standardization if you look at a modern day Hasidic newspaper. So you might see Stib spelled Shin Tes Yud Beis.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bonnie?
I have a question about the last sentence. What is shta?
Nishto.
Nishto.
Oh, you know what, okay, but the pictures were, okay, so
Nishto, Nito, right.
oh, nishta. So it's not here or?
Not here, they're not here anymore.
Okay, and then near the end of the sentence, I know it's a contraction. Chahab.
Hub. Ich hab.
Oh, ichab. Okay.
Right. But in spoken language, in colloquial, you just say hub. Hub lieb, chocolade, hub lieb, musique, hub lieb.
Yeah, but they're being a little more literal here. We could say I have rather than just hub or ichab.
Either it's ich hab or it's
Or
hub. But here it fits the rhythm and rhymes scheme, and it's actually the way people speak.
Yeah, right. And can I ask a favor? When people are translating, can you translate either each sentence or every two rather than waiting for four? It's just a little easier to follow. Thanks for that.
Okay. So let's listen to it once again. If you are singing, sing in your heart, okay?
Sing in my house.
Ferne, what is die Schiff? Rein in du Stiefel, mein Waiting ist groß, als ist geblieben, nach Fulham der Bleus, nicht mehr des Gessele, nicht mehr die Stieb, nicht mehr das Mädele, wem verblieb, nicht mehr das Gessele, nicht mehr die Stieb, nicht mehr das Mädele, wem
Okay. Any comments, any questions about the song?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Claire, I see that you want to talk, but you're muted, Claire. Claire, you're still muted.
It's beautiful, it's touching, it's just, he has a wonderful voice and,
Yeah.
and, thank you.
Herrliche Stimme.
Thank you for bringing this song.
Stufavos.
Gleichfalls, yes.
I see that Bob is also doing, like my granddaughters are doing. Yeah. Okay, any more comments or anything before we move to Shanghai, maybe for the last time?
It's a very realistic song.
Okay, why?
Why it is realistic? Because I went to Lithuania to my mother place, and there was the house, but the people were not there.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, you're right. Right,
You're
Neely?
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have other versions of that to make it more modern. Yeah,
Okay,
heard that with other words.
But
Yiddish.
that's good enough for us. We are
Oh, no,
old fashioned.
This is beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. Okay, guys. So let's, where am I going, guys? I think I'm going here. Yeah. And we are on page 64. I will enlarge it in one moment, okay? Let me just go where. So now Isaac and Golda are still thinking where they should go, and all their countrymen are going back to Vienna, and they are poking fun at Isaac that he wants to go to other places. So where are we? The late sim? Yeah, here. So we are here, the late sim. We are here.
What page is this?
What page?
64. It's okay or larger?
One more.
Oh.
One more. Okay. That's okay? Okay. Elaine, can you start the Leitzim, Zayin, and Gevei?
I will
64.
try. I'm fine with the reading. I don't know about the translation, but I'll try.
We will work together.
Okay. Icicle. Welches
No,
Land?
the Leitzim here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Die Leitzim seinen Gewinn Asach und einer allein. Hat verbissen die Lippen und geschwiegen.
Okay, so 2 sentences and we translate, okay? Like Bonnie asked us nicely.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know what Leitzim are.
Leitzim is הזוי ביבטחונים, is הזוי
Jokers.
jokers.
Oh, the jokers were a lot, there were a lot of jokers,
Yeah, they were a
And-
lot.
and he alone.
And he was alone.
He was alone. And he was angry.
Verbissen the Leben is like doing like this, you know.
Oh,
He
verbissen die Lippen. Yeah,
Bit his
yeah.
lips.
Yeah, he
bit
was,
his lips.
I know the word verbissener, but I never heard verbissen. Okay.
No.
Ungeschwiegen. I don't know. I don't know
And
what.
shut up. He was quiet.
Oh, Schwig, yeah. Okay, Schweig, okay.
Weig. Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. Sollen sie tun, was sie willen, und wird tun, Leut sein Verstand. They would do what they wanted, and he would do according to his understanding.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Because
According to
they wanted to go back to Vienna, and he wanted to go to other countries.
Right, so they would do their thing and he would do his thing.
Exactly.
Okay, in die Gesslich seinen gestanden redlich Menschen. In the street, in the alley, were standing people, redlich, I don't know what redlich is. Speaking, talking?
Groups of people, like groups of
Oh,
people.
groups of people, okay. Was haben gekeicht von Gelächter? Gekeicht, I don't know, who had bought?
No, choking.
They were
They were
choking from laughter. They were choking from laughter. Okay, they were choking from laughter from all the jokers. Einer hat nachgemacht?
Yes, noch
Noch
gemacht.
gemacht die Stimme Honem Herr mitten manacle. Oh, with his
With the
manacle.
monocle.
Monocle.
Remember that there was someone that came from the from the JDC and the
And he wore a monocle, right? I knew
Yeah.
okay. So one laughed.
No, noch
Imitated.
gemacht.
Imitated.
Oh,
Imitated.
imitated the quiet face, Stimm.
Voice.
Quiet
The voice,
face
the voice, the
of
voice.
the voice of Mr. Him with the monocle. Yeah, Mr. Monocle. America? Sehr good. America? Okay, very good. Canada? Prachtig. Good also. Prachtig. What's prachtig? More good. I don't know. Very good. Prachtig.
Perfect.
Perfect. Right.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay. A zweiter let's. A zweiter let's hat lachendig erzählt, wie hat aufgegeben die ganze Weltkarte. Okay, so a second comedian, a second joker.
Joker.
Was lachend, was making their part of them laugh, some of them laugh.
First of all, their sale. So he was telling Lachendig. He was telling.
He was laughingly telling.
He was
Yes.
laughingly telling.
Laughingly telling how he had given
Yes.
the whole Weltkort, I don't know what the world.
The world map.
Oh, the world Karte, the world
So
map.
he gave all the countries in the world.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you.
Okay. Michael, first Michael Moore, then the other Michael. So first Michael Moore, because he's with us today. So Michael.
Good, dort zu sehen.
Dimension.
Nein, ja. Okay. Dimension in die Märchen, die Menschen in die Redlich haben gelacht und das hat weitiglich geschlagen, icicles gemit. Oy. Okay, the people in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the people in the group laughed and geschlagen. What is gemit?
Mood.
Okay,
Mood.
so they laughed and they I'm not sure how I would say weitiglich geschlagen.
It
They
hurt.
destroyed. How?
Pained him.
not destroyed.
Hurt.
Hurt.
know?
It hurt.
Yeah,
It
hurt.
his mood.
Maybe okay, yeah. So they
How
they
about
hurt
struck? Struck,
his mood,
maybe.
or they
His-
they dampened his mood.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's
Yeah.
that's basically, yeah, dampen his
Yeah.
mood is good. Yeah.
Good.
So just a moment, Elaine. Yeah.
So is weitiglich painfully?
Yeah,
Yes.
painfully. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, go on, Michael.
Wie aber ist von sie weggegangen, hat sich gestärkt. Hat sich gemutigt. Hat sich gemutigt. So, however, so even though he left them.
No, so however was better.
Okay.
However, when he left them, when he
Okay.
went away.
Yeah. However, when he left them, hat sich gestärkt. I don't know how I would translate gestärkt.
It's
He
like
became
Stronger.
Yeah, he
Strengthened.
strengthened himself.
okay. So he felt he became stronger. Felt stronger. Hat sich gemutigt. He
Gemutigt is encouraged.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he felt more
encouraged.
encouraged, or he felt he got
Longer.
strengthened.
Yeah.
Okay. Isaac'll weist geldeles Meinung wegen ihm. So Isaac'll understands or understood
knows.
understands.
He knows.
Okay, knows. Geldeles how she feels about him. As was hat getan bis heint is good gewend, because what he had done up until today was good. Is weg in Verein von die Wiener. So he was away from the Viennese society.
No.
Or group.
He went there. Is weg in.
Oh, he went away too. Okay. So he went away to the Viennese club. Sich gewendet zum Sekretär Philipp. So gewendet.
So he found him, or I don't know exactly how to translate.
Okay, he
Turned
went
to
and
him.
encountered the
He was looking
Secretary
for
Philip.
him. Looking for him, or is
Yeah, looking for him, or he turned to him.
Okay, so he turned to him, to the Secretary Philip. Soll ihm schreiben in Wien, so that asking him to send him to Vienna,
yeah,
To write him
to-
down, yeah.
to write him down,
to,
yeah.
to book
Write him
him for
down.
Vienna, maybe.
To put him on the list for Vienna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Weiter?
If you want another?
Philip, ein Mensch in die 60er mit der Pflicht, Pflicht über den ganzen Kopf hat ausgestellt auf Eisekeln ein paar verwunderte Augen. So Philip, a 16-year-old?
Yes.
Or in his 16th year, with
60s.
No, 60.
60s.
60s.
No,
Oh yeah. Okay.
A man in his
60s.
60s.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
60.
Okay. So Philip, a
Right.
man in his 60s, with a plich.
Plich is a bald spot.
Okay, with a bald spot on covering his head. Hat ausgestellt auf Eisekeln. I'm not sure how I would translate hat ausgestellt.
Like he opened a pair of wandering eyes of
Oh, okay,
Isaac.
okay.
Bicycle. Oh, yeah.
Ausgestellt. He opened the
Okay, so Philip caused Isaac's wandering eyes to open.
No.
Is that right?
No,
No.
it's Philip who focused his surprised eyes on Isaac.
On Isaac.
He's surprised to see it, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay, okay.
because
Yeah.
before he didn't want to go there.
Right.
This is Karen. In the dictionary, it says it could be translated as he stared or with
Sure.
a fixed gaze.
Oh, that
A
makes
fixed
sense.
gaze.
So
Yeah, a
he
fixed
stared
gaze.
at Isaac with wondering eyes.
Right.
Yes.
Or puzzled
Okay,
eyes,
thank
maybe.
you. Thank you, Michael. Mariv, I saw that you raised your hand.
You answered it.
We answered it.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So, Michael, the other one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if this is German or Yiddish.
A lot of German. You are right. A
Yeah.
lot of German.
Sie fahren doch. You are traveling, scheint mir, it appears to me, nach Amerika, to America, nicht wahr? Not true. Und es ist schon zu spät, and it's already too late. Sie haben zu spät sich dezidiert. You've decided too late. Isaac hat gebeten Rachamim. Isaac asked for mercy. Hat gerät, he spoke, wie wollte geweint, as if he was crying. Philip hat sich denerviert, gekratzt endlich. Philip, I'm not sure what denerviert is.
He got angry.
Sorry?
Got angry.
Oh, he got angry. He scratched his bald patch. Isaac's nebbedicker Äußern hat auf ihm gewirkt, zu werden nachgiebig. Isaac's poor appearance, a pathetic appearance, made him more giving.
Accommodating.
Permissive, more permissive.
Yeah. Nachgiebig, the dictionary says accommodating.
Sorry?
Accommodating.
Accommodating, yeah.
Accommodating.
Hat ihm verschrieben, he wrote him down, he included him on the list. Isaac is Golda Gewürzmann. Isaac und Golda Gewürzmann haben schon Plätze auf der Schiff in Wien. Isaac and Golda Gewürzmann now have places on the ship going back to Vienna. To Golda is Isaac herein, zu Jach mit verfremder. Isaac returned to Golda, someone who was inflamed, who was agitated. What erzählt die ganze Geschichte, told her the whole story.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Where did I? Rochelle.
Okay.
Rochelle.
Aber reiß nicht über und hör euch bis ins Sof, but don't interrupt and listen till the end. Ich hab sich also berecht. I decided such, Goldele. As wie
Wien.
as Wien is for uns ganz good, that Vienna is going to be really good for us. Reiß nicht über, don't interrupt, hör bis ins Sof, listen to the end. Von Wien mit ein Sprung ist man in Paris. From Wien, you can just jump over to Paris. Und von Paris seien alle Wegen offen. And from Paris, all ways are open. Welche Land zu willst kennst du fahren? Whatever land you want, you can get to, you can travel to. Azoi ist ständig gewesen. Und azoi is euch heim. That's the way it always was, and that's the way it still is today. Aber Goldele, dus darf sein a sod, a größer sod, but Goldele, this has to be a secret, a big secret.
Okay, before we continue, Rochelle, I see that people raise their hand. Elaine?
She's muted.
What does barechend mean? Azoi barechend.
Figured out or thought through.
Yeah, thought through, figured it out.
Oh, he figured it out. Oh, like
Yes,
reckoning.
Yes.
Like
yes.
reckoning. Okay. All right. It's the cognate. Okay.
Okay. Mariv?
I just want to say this part is really accurate. I mean, my grandparents and separately my father went to Paris because from there you could get to boats, you could get to England to get to boats. It was the big jumping off point for everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Rochelle?
Okay. Goldele hat geläubt in ihr
Gegläubt.
in ihr Mann. Goldele believed in her husband. The chassid is in rabbin, like a chassid believes in the rabbi. Als was Isaacel hat getan bis heint is gewähnt Baruch Hashem mit, I don't know the word.
Atzluche.
Loche.
Okay.
Success.
Everything
Success.
he did is thank God with Chatzlucha. I don't know what that means.
Success.
Success. Okay. Chatzlucha.
Alevai.
Okay. Alevai weiter nicht ärger. Hopefully not worse.
Okay. Thank you. Any question until now?
Can you say, what was Hatzlachas again?
Success.
Success. No.
Okay. Mariv, you're ready? You can do it? Okay.
Yep.
Go.
But for Hangene Fenster haben Isaacel und Goldele eingepackt die Sachen und die Valiesen. Next to the curtain window, Isaacel and
No
Goldele.
next. No next. It's like beyond closed windows.
Okay, well, I finally figured it out. They said, "Oh, we have to keep it a secret," so they closed their curtains of their house.
So beyond closed windows, not next.
Okay.
Behind closed.
Yeah, I think the English behind would make the most sense.
Yeah.
But it's not literal. Okay. Angepackt die Sachen und die Valiesen, they packed the things in the valises, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gleicher keiner soll Gornisch sein und Gornisch wissen und nicht anheuben stellen Fragen. Better that nobody should see and nobody should know and start presenting or asking questions. Kein liegen tor men nicht sagen und dem Emes kon men nicht sagen. one must not lie, and they don't, it's not in there, but one also, I would add also cannot tell the truth.
Yes.
So they're really stuck.
Mhm.
Es wollt bald gewinn a Koch bei die Wiener. There would soon be a commotion or a turmoil or fuss or agitation by the Viennese, you know, if the secret got out. As Isaacel nutzt euch die Ship kein Wien, that Isaacel is going to make use of the ship to Vienna, kidei zu fahren ergits anderes. It will be in order to go someplace else. Gleicher es is Assad. It is better that it remains, I'm adding remains, a secret. Okay. Zu der Ship seien sie gegangen mit ledige Hand. To the ship they went with empty hands. Die Valiesen seien schon der Gangen zu der Ship. The valises, now this was confusing, had already gone to the ship or going
Yeah,
to the ship?
yeah.
Had already
They
gone?
they
Okay.
were uploaded before, yeah.
Okay. Sie seien gegangen ruhig. They went calmly, mit Amina, with putting on a look. This is like acting, like pretending, okay? Wie sie gehen Emerson gesegnen, as if they were going to say goodbye to someone. So they didn't act like they didn't go around saying goodbye to everybody. They just went like, oh, we're going to the ship, you know, no big deal,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, thank you. Any
Yeah.
question about this paragraph? What?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. They went as if they were saying goodbye to others.
yeah.
Wie
Yes.
sie gehen Emerson gesegnen. As
Yeah.
if they went as if they're saying goodbye to others.
Yeah, that's right. That's true, Beverly. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Good, Marie. Who did I want now? Sorry, just a moment. Yeah, Claire.
Die Schiff ist schon gestanden, gerät zu geben dem Brumm und abschwimmen. The ship was standing ready to give him dem Brumm. Was ist a Brumm?
It's a roar.
Und up to make it what?
The whistle.
A roar. I think
Maybe a
when
whistle
the
or
ship,
something.
when the ship is sailing, there is like,
And ready to sail, abschwimmen. Okay. Ein angepoppte Schiff mit Wiener. Was schicken schon die letzte Luftkuschen zum größten Eulen in Port. Ein angepoppter Schiff. What is angepoppter?
Crammed,
Huh?
full.
Okay. Full of Wiener, from people from Schickenschein that they're sending their last.
Just a moment, Claire.
kisses.
Something wrong with your video.
Oh.
Now it's good.
Okay. So that are sending, was Schickenschein that are already sending their last Luftkuschen kisses to the great multitude in the port. Aber as Isaacel und Goldele haben Punkt ungetroffen, sehr schreinem. Okay, a Mann mit a Weib, mit wem man hat gewohnt in ein Haus ganze 8 Jahre, haben sie nicht gekonnt haben, den steinerne Herzer und nicht aussagen dem Sod. All right, so wait a minute. Where did we? That was a long sentence. However, as Isaac und Golda had just untergetroffen sehr schreinem. Was ist untertroffen?
Meet, to meet.
Happened
They
to
met. They met
Met?
their
Okay, met their
Neighbors.
their
Neighbors.
neighbors, a man with a wife, with whom men hat gewohnt, with whom they lived in the same house during 8 years, haben sie nicht gekonnt, so they couldn't haben steinerne Herzen. They couldn't have cold hearts and not say something, äußern dem such, and tell them the secret.
Secret.
Right?
Okay. Another sentence.
Was? Ihr fahrt doch kein Wien? So, you are traveling to Vienna, haben die Schreinen sich gewundert. The neighbors were surprised.
Okay. Thank you, Claire.
Okay.
Steve,
Good.
can you continue?
Mina,
Yeah, Maurice.
I just want to point out that the word doch has so many
Doch.
uses in this sentence. Was, je fort doch kein Wien. In this
Yeah.
context, it means after all.
After all.
You are
Good.
going to Vienna.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Yo.
Okay, yeah. Doch is a problematic word.
It's used, has many
Yeah.
uses, right?
Yeah, also in German, it's extremely difficult to use the word in
Well,
a
they got it from the
sentence.
Yiddish.
But there is a lot of German in, German contraption here. in
oh,
the
they lived
story.
in Vienna. They had
Oh,
a lot
sure.
of German around
Oh,
them. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Avada und avada.
Avada and avada. Okay,
Didn't the German language come after Yiddish?
No.
no.
German
No.
language? The German
No.
language?
No.
Oh.
It's like saying the apes came after the humans.
Yes. No. Okay.
I thought it was the Germanic language, but not the language, the German language as they use it today.
Yeah, it's based on very, very, very old ancient German.
13th,
Not the German
13th
now.
century, I believe.
Yeah.
Earlier.
12th century, they developed at the same time from Old German. They developed simultaneous, both the languages.
Because I know
Anyway, there is no
years older than
language that
Germany,
stays
those
the
are
same all the time. So,
Yes.
okay, so Steve, you're with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and everyone is quiet for a change.
Ha! That won't last.
Right.
Isakel und Goldele haben sich zu gebräugen zu der Schechens
Schreinem.
Euren und sie
Reingeschäptet.
Reingeschäptet.
Reingeschäptet. Wonderful word.
Thanks for giving me this sentence. Okay, so Golda and Isaac had themselves zugebeugen.
Litkofef, no.
No, to the neighbors. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
They bent
to their ears.
Yeah, bent over.
Oh, they bent to the neighbors' ears, and they
whispered. It's kind of like whispering.
Whispers. Okay.
Oh, whispered.
Emes, mir farl kein Wind. Mir farl kein Wind. Over von Wind mit Migit. Oh, Migit. Ein Spring in Paris und vom Paris seinen often alle Wegen. So in truth, we're going to Vienna, but from Vienna, we'll go we'll jump into Paris.
Yeah.
And from Paris, everything is open. The ways are all open. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In welchen Land men will kan men foreign. In such a land, people will they can men travel?
No.
No.
In whichever country.
Right.
Oh, in land. Okay.
In whichever country we can go.
We can go to. Okay. Azoi in ständig Gewinn und Azoi euch heint. Ober das is a sod. Glückliche Reise. Okay, so in it's always it always was in it always was so
Yes.
in today up to today,
And it is also today, and it's the same today.
the same today, but that's a secret. A happy a reason arises, or I don't know, reason.
Travel.
Voyage.
Voyage. Have a
A
good
voyage,
voyage.
okay.
Voyage.
A happy voyage.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks. Yeah, Bonnie.
Yeah, the line starting with Emes, and the last word, Megitten,
Einsprung.
and I wasn't sure what because Steve said open.
What? You're not
jump.
sure about what? What is
Einsprung,
Einsprung?
to jump. It means
Yes,
to
a
jump, right?
Spring. I thought you said
It's like
something
a hop.
open. What?
No, it's like a hop and a jump.
Oh yeah, I know that. But when he said open,
Yeah,
didn't say open about that.
seinen offen alle Wegen. Here, that's the second part of the
At the
sentence.
end,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
all the roads
Yeah.
are open from Paris.
okay.
You see, Bonnie?
Oh no, I know where it was. Olivegan.
Olivegan, all the
Right.
roads.
All the
Once you're in
ways.
Paris, all the roads are open.
What is vegan?
Roads.
Road.
Way,
Okay.
well, ways, right?
Ways, roads, yeah.
Ways.
Yeah.
It's ways, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Beverly, yes? Beverly?
Yes, well, I know Claire's father and family were in Paris. Is that what happened to you, Claire? You went from Paris to Brazil? Or was it not exactly?
My parents, it was my parents.
Well, Claire's also. Oh, yours too,
Yeah.
Louisa? Oh, good. Okay, so I didn't know it was more than one person.
Yeah, so from
to-
Paris.
Mine
My father was
also,
in Paris
I had
also.
said, yeah.
My father went to Paris also.
Because
Oh,
you could get to
interesting.
England and get a ship, or you could
You
get
couldn't
to,
get to England.
No,
okay,
you
you could
couldn't
get to
England.
England
Holland.
did not want you.
Oh,
Trust me.
okay,
No,
Holland.
exactly.
You could go to Holland, right?
No, you
What-
took a boat from Portugal.
Paris.
You had to go
Oh.
through
Mm.
Spain if they allowed you to, and then Portugal had many ships going all over the place.
This
You
is
know,
was
before
this after-
before the war, during the war?
Yeah, when
Not
was
after.
it?
This was
what?
during the war.
During the war,
During
yeah,
the war.
okay,
During
right.
the
During
war.
No,
the
it,
war.
it probably varied over time, which ports were open, which countries were open, and all that.
But my father came from England. He came on a ship from England.
Yeah, that's the next story. That's the next story, Cookie.
You had to go to,
It was,
you had to go
much
to
earlier.
Casablanca and you
Must
had
have
to
been
talk to
1900. Must
Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you have to talk to Rick.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to talk to Rick and enter his, yeah.
You know, could I just add something?
Yes, of course, of
My-
course.
it's so funny. My parents went when they ran away from Europe. They went to Casablanca. Oh,
I
so
told you.
they were in Casablanca.
Chablis
Imagine.
Gezuk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they got nervous because it was French, and then France was taken over by the Nazis. So my father, the next day when he saw the French took over, the Nazis took over France, he said, "Let's get out of here." And they went to Tangier, which was an international city,
Yes.
not French.
Mhm. So
Yeah, all
Steve,
kinds of stuff.
Steve, what?
okay, Steve, so your father, from Paris, where did he go?
Well, he went to the United States. This was after
Yeah,
the
but
war.
but
He went,
directly from France?
yeah, he went, his brother came to the United States just before the war, and he wound up in the service, and he was stationed in several places in France, and he was a macher, Uncle Bernie, and he knew everybody. And he, and they got my father out of Eastern Europe into Paris. They bribed a bunch of people. They got him a visa, and he and his brother went on a ship from Marseille in late 46, early 47.
Yeah.
My mother came in 1940, or early 46. She was an orphan of the war. Don't say anything, but she lied about her age. Don't ever say anything, because if she finds out I said something, I'm in trouble. But they were coming from Bremenhaven, and they're on the boat called the Ernie Pyle, and the boat broke down in the English Channel. The English would not let them land the boat in order to change to a different boat. They made them change boats at sea. That's how nice the English were to the Jews. So my mother had to go across like a bridge that they rigged up from the SS Ernie Pyle to the boat called the Marine Marlin, which until I actually saw a picture of it, they had a picture of it in a Brooklyn newspaper. I always thought it was the Marie Marlene because my mother's accent.
No. Okay, thank you for telling us. Louisa, yeah?
Yeah, I wanted to say that the organizations that were helping in Paris were the Joint and the Hayas
Yes,
together.
yes,
And
yes.
because I
Joint and
know that
Hayas.
there are some documents actually with my parents' name in the archives of the Holocaust Museum in Washington. I think about that particular move, and the documents are there. And my mother, like I said last week, my mother told me that, and this was probably 46 or 47 or 48, that they would have had to wait for 5 years in France in order to get a visa to come to the United States. The immigration was closed at that time. And they arrived in Latin America on I think it was an Italian ship, but it went to Uruguay. And so that's, and like I said, they had to end up coming through the river to Argentina illegally because the Perón had closed the immigration to Argentina at that time. So, but the Hayas was very active, and I think we were working with the Joint probably, or together or something, because I know that the Joint was helping the displaced people in Poland right after the war. So
right.
It must have been both of them working together.
Yes.
Thank you, Louisa. Any more, family histories?
Both organizations still help immigrants.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah.
If you want to give a good donation, do it to those two.
I do. I always do,
So
because
do I.
they helped my parents.
Me too. Mine too.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments, stories to tell. Michael Fishman, how did your parents arrive in Canada?
No, I came to Canada. My father wanted to come to Canada, but in Canada at that time, the saying was one is too many. Even, no, none is too many. None is too many. So, no, my father came from Bessarabia, and he was in Spain during the Civil War, and then
He
moved.
fought during the Civil War?
I don't know what he did there in the Civil War, but he left and he came to Tangier. From Tangier, he went to South Africa. And then in South Africa, he managed to get enough money to, this was before the war. Well, it was during the time of the Spanish Civil War. He had enough money to bring his brother out of Spain and not to South Africa, but to Trinidad. And from Trinidad, my uncle went to Venezuela. Okay, so I was born in South Africa. My mother came much before, so she wasn't in Europe in the bad years. So yeah, so I fulfilled my father's wish to come to Canada.
Okay. Those are fascinating
my mother's
stories.
wish to come here. I
Yeah.
fulfilled my mother's wish. She always told me, go to the United States.
Yeah.
When were the good years in Europe?
The good years, never.
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 The bad years. When were the good?
Well, good
Never.
moments. There were good
Okay,
moments.
Rochelle.
Well, for Jews, the bad years, it was always bad. But after World War I, all the pogroms from the Ukrainians and the White Russians,
Yeah.
it was
That's
terrible.
when my parents came, from the pogroms.
Right.
Yeah, Hayas has put out several years. I haven't looked for anything lately, but they would put out an addendum to the secular Haggadah that would include whatever immigration or whatever the current history is, the way they added the Warsaw Ghetto and the Russian, whatever. So that's something to look for on online, because I've always added that as a contemporary piece to the Haggadah.
Well, we have our third Seder with the special Haggadah that Claire and Susan and who else? I think Henrietta, I'm not sure who else. Yeah, may put it together. So, and we are reading it each year. So it will be coming on April 16, but you will get notices and questions and whatever afterwards. So just wanted to ask if anyone has any other stories, family stories about coming to the United States or Canada or Argentina. Or Daniela, how did you end up in Italy?
We were in Italy before Italy existed.
Oh, that's good. So since we are talking about stories, immigration and everything, can we hear the story? Can you tell us the story?
Yes, originally in southern Italy, but then they changed their name, but then it was not enough. So around 1600, end of 1600th century, they came to northern Italy between Piedmont and Liguria and stayed there. Then most of my family, both on both sides, most people came to America, to the United States, to Southern America, but most came back. My grandfather came to America and came back. My grandmother family also, his father came to America and then came back. his brother went to Uruguay. My grandfather, actually, he wanted to remain in the USA. But then his father was not well, and he was not very agreeing that he leave for America, because all the brothers have already left, except the youngest brother, who was not able to deal with the field by himself. So he was not happy, and my grandfather say he stay all the night walking in the docks of San Francisco, thinking if he should come back or not come back, because he realized what is going on. But then he come back, and this was before World War I, so he could never return, and he suffered 2 wars. And then it is a much longer story, but he lost his firstborn daughter. But he still had 2 daughters, and he survived. And all the money he has, he wasted in corrupting people, but anyway, they survive.
Okay, that's interesting. So you are now in Turin, yes?
Yes. In Genova.
Genova. Okay, sorry. Yeah, in Genova. Okay, thank you. You see, we have like 10 minutes left, and I don't want to start the Purim story, because you know it's out of context. So just let's talk about family stories. It's interesting.
How did Daniela find us? I'm not sure.
I think
Through
through
Marsha?
Marsha sent me the link, yeah.
Everyone finds us through Marsha. You see, Michael Fiesman and Daniela and others. Marsha is amazing, you know. She's our shofar. I don't know.
She's our Zamler. She gathers us.
We are getting more and more international.
Yes, yeah. I don't
Thanks
see
to
Hilda
COVID.
today.
Maybe
Yeah.
the one positive thing we can say about COVID is that we would never even.
Yes, true.
It would never even occur to anybody to do this, but
Yes,
now
that's right.
we don't want to
Well,
go back.
It occurred
That's
to
true.
Michael. It occurred to our Michael to do it, and since then we
Yeah.
are doing it online. So thank
And
you.
what about
Michael.
Why don't you
Daniel Crone?
why don't we all say where everybody is right now?
Yeah, but
That would
still, I
be
see.
great. That would be great. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, so we will do it, and then I will call you according to how I see you, and then I see that Rochelle and Steve raise their hand. So Rochelle, you are where?
I'm in Florida right now. Until Passover.
Okay, Steve, you are?
I'm in New Jersey until Passover, and after Passover, I'll still be in New Jersey.
Okay. Okay, so
Rochelle, where do you go back to after Passover?
Stony
Where
Brook.
I go from the living room to the dining room, and then back again.
No, from the dining room to the bedroom.
Yeah, once in a while.
Cookie, where are you?
I'm in Central. Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
No, I said Cookie.
Me, I'm in Tamarack, Florida.
Okay, originally Brooklyn?
Originally from Borough Park, Brooklyn.
Okay, so I am in Houston, originally from Petah Tikva, Israel. Susan?
I'm from Brooklyn, lived many happy years in Houston, and now in Delray Beach, Florida.
We still regard you as from Houston. That's nice. Yeah,
Houston, this is my name.
Yeah, you're still Houston, yeah.
Mwah.
From Brooklyn.
Henrietta, you're muted.
Yes.
So you are in?
Why I'm here in
You're
Houston.
in Houston.
Ja. Ik ben een Mitglied van Arbeitering. Arbeitering had gemaakt dat shidduch between the Southern District, which was Georgia, Florida, Alabama, with the Louisiana, Texas district. And I met my husband, Boris Bell, in New Orleans, where we met to make this shidduch. And from that Arbiteringshidduch, I became Mrs. Boris Bell. And I moved to Houston, Texas in December of 1948. And I have been here ever since. So I am a Houstonian now.
Are you originally from the South?
Say that again?
Are you originally from the South?
Yeah, from the
From the
south. If
South.
you're originally
From the South.
Yeah.
You're not from New York. You're originally from the South.
I was born in the city of New York and the island of Manhattan, but I grew up in Georgia and Florida, thank goodness. So I
that's why the
really don't know
accent.
much about New York.
Okay, thank you, Henrietta. Elaine?
Originally from Brooklyn, and I've been in Allentown, Pennsylvania since 1964.
Okay. Michael, you told us a little bit, Fisman, that originally from South Africa and?
Yeah, from Johannesburg, actually from a village which nobody's heard of, so I won't trouble you with the village. And yeah, I live in London, Ontario, which is halfway between
I know London.
Detroit and Toronto.
I've been to London, Ontario.
Okay.
Very
What
good.
is the
Well,
village?
I grew up in Buffalo.
What,
we were
what
always
is the
going across
village?
Canada.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Janet wants to know the village in South
Africa.
in South Africa.
And Nina, where are you from?
I say, I'm from Petah Tikva. So, Michael, there is a reason why Janet wants to know the name of the village.
Okay, well, you know, it was a village of 600 people, basically farmers. So it was called Delmas. It's meaningless.
The reason I'm asking is I was also born in Johannesburg, South Africa. But my father did come to some village, but I can't remember the name of it.
Now, you see, there were lots of Jewish farmers in areas surrounding Johannesburg.
Mhm.
So there were probably 5 or 6 very prosperous villages because it was very fertile ground, very good for potatoes and corn and beans.
Mhm.
So
Very interesting. Thank you, Mina.
So, Janet, you're also from South Africa and you're in Houston now, yeah?
Yes, I'm in Houston, and I find it fascinating that you got a degree in anarchy from Rice University. I have to tell my friends that. I just find that fascinating. I think you got a PhD in it.
Yes, I do. And you know, I
And I'm
still
very
tell
grateful.
everyone.
I think we're
believe
all
in
grateful to
anarchism.
you for your leadership of our Yiddish Winkel.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I don't think
Okay.
I've ever mentioned this. Mina, I was part of let's say anarchist aligned Jewish group in Dublin. And they'd actually read a couple of your articles because I mentioned you. And one of my favorite things that came out of that, I don't remember which one it was. It was a Russian anarchist writer, Buchanan maybe, who at one point apparently believed Jews were not capable of farming for whatever reason. I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was one of the funniest little tidbits I've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, but that's for another time. Yeah. Well, I still believe in anarchism, but you know, it's not something that you advertise.
Capable of what?
Okay. Let's go back to present ourselves. From time to time, we are doing it. Bob.
Yeah, this is just so fascinating. So first of all, Morty is responsible for my having found the Winkel, and I appreciate it. In fact, someone tried to get me to come play tennis today at this time, and I said, "Are you kidding me? This is like my shul time. This is when I go to shul."
That's wonderful.
On Tuesday, and nothing in the way of that. So, like Steve, I'm in New Jersey, and and I will be in New Jersey, but originally from Boston, And I want to say, I'm just fascinated by the history of almost everybody who tells their story, because they seems to me that they've all kind of come from a family that emigrated certainly after the First World War and after the Second. And yet all of my relatives came in the first decade of during the pogroms in Russia, in the Pale, in Odessa. So
But it was also easier to emigrate then. There were no restrictions on
right,
immigration.
exactly.
Where in New
They all
Jersey are
came
you?
with, $25 and the whole routine, and how they got from wherever they lived in these towns to, to the ports of England
They got aid. There were ads in the newspaper saying, come to here and we'll put you
Yeah.
on a boat and blah, blah, blah.
My father and mother came to the United States in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I've been.
Well, you belong to the DAR, I think, do I?
Practically, right?
Also, Freud.
I didn't even know until I was a teenager that there were Jews living in the United States before the war.
Rob, where are you?
And it's just one last thing.
Oh, sorry.
And the reason I met Morty is during COVID, I finally came to the conclusion I had to learn something about my heritage. I was grown up and had grandparents, 4 grandparents, and never once asked them one question about their lives in the old country, or even thought they came from an old country, and they all spoke in this funny language, and they all, spoke different and everything. And it never occurred to me to ask them one question. And it's one of the great disappointments of my life. So during COVID, I decided to learn about Yiddish and all that, and found Morty, and he sent me here, and this is my show.
Yeah,
Good.
I have a little anecdote that kind of goes with that. I was probably 5 years old, and on Sunday, my mother got a break, and my father would take us for a walk. And I remember walking down the street in the Bronx where we lived, and I heard 2 people with gray hair speaking English to each other. And I couldn't believe that old people spoke English and not Yiddish.
Okay. Okay. Michael Moore, it's your turn.
Well, I am in Houston. I've lived most of my life in Texas. I lived a short time in Brazil. And my family all came mostly in the 1800s, so before either war.
Same.
One great grandfather came in the 1920s, when things started getting bad in Lithuania. And I will be here before Passover, but as we say in the Haggadah, may we be in Jerusalem afterwards.
Okay. Karen.
But wait, I believe Michael self-taught himself Yiddish. Am I right, Michael?
Oh, I started by myself, but then but I owe most of my teaching, one from learning in this group, but also from my classes with the Arbiter Ring, with Sheva Zucker.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Karen. Karen.
That I have the same story as Michael. The only difference is that we spoke Yiddish in the house. And so that's why I know how to speak Yiddish. That's what I brought with me. But otherwise, I never met my parents, so to speak, until I was like an adult. And if you ask them a question, they said, ich bin vernommen, rausgeworfen. You know what I mean? You couldn't ask them anything. No. They never mentioned anything about their life in Europe. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I knew nothing about them except when I met them as a child, I could understand what an adult is all about here in Borough Park, but otherwise nothing else. No.
Okay, thank you, Cookie. Karen.
Sadness. It is a sadness.
I live in San Francisco and I grew up in the Bronx. I'm the product of an interborough relationship. My dad grew up in Brooklyn, although he was born in Toronto, and my mom was born in the Lower East Side on Henry Street. And then they came up in status and moved to the Bronx. And on my mom's side, her parents came from Poland in 1920, and my dad's mom came from Romania, and his dad came from Russia. Both grandparents were avoiding getting drafted in the armies of their country. They didn't want to be cannon fodder, and so they came to the United States.
Yeah, that's a good reason to come. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks. Bonnie?
So I live in Philadelphia, in the historic area. My mother was born actually in Philadelphia. Her parents came from the Ukraine. Unfortunately, I don't know any stories, but my brother's done some research. He found the ship that they came on, and there was a port in Philadelphia. So I'm almost positive that they came, well, I don't know if they came directly, but they landed in America, as far as I know, in Philadelphia. So there was a very large Jewish population along what we call Delaware Avenue up to really where I live. And because it was so, I guess it was easy for the immigrants and easy access. And the neighborhood that they lived in was South Philly, which was pretty much where everybody lived. The Jews lived at that time early on, and then they branched out to other neighborhoods. And my mother would tell the stories that they were Irish, Italian, and Jews. And my uncles were always getting into fights mostly with the Italians or the Jews. But I guess there was kids can be mean. And there's probably a lot of friction between the different ethnicities. My father's family was also in South Philly. My father went to South Philly High School for boys. My mother went to South Philly High School for girls, but they met later on. And I really don't know anything about my dad's family, except that my grandfather was also from the Ukraine, and his mother died when he was very young. And so there's not a lot of history, but my mother always spoke about her life in Philadelphia. And my grandfather owned a laundry, and he had a wagon. And he used to pick her up at school in his wagon, and she thought she was a princess.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie. Anita?
I have one fast question.
Anita, just a moment, Cookie, because other people didn't speak yet, so let's other people also. Anita, please.
Me?
Anita? Yes, you. Yeah.
Yes, well, I was born in Lodz, Poland, and at the 1937, my parents decided, actually it was my maternal grandmother, decided that the atmosphere for Jews was very bad in that area for the Jews, and stimulated my mother and father to leave. They were the first couple of the children on both sides, both families, and I was the first grandchild. And they said that they should live with me to a safe place. And they were able in 1937 to buy their own tickets and go on a proper ship 21 days to Argentina, directly to Argentina, where already there were two of my mother's brothers. So that's where I grew up, and it was wonderful because a large number of Jews gathered in Buenos Aires, and there were fareins, so social groups of every state of Europe. So there was a great mishpoche of Jews. It was wonderful. I grew up in a wonderful time in Argentina for Jews.
And
So-
Anita is now in Houston.
And now, yes, I live in Houston. I went through Boston for a few years for training. I'm a physician. I went for postgraduate training in Pittsburgh, close to Pittsburgh, Washington, Pennsylvania, and then to Boston, and ended up in Houston because of Baylor College of Medicine. And both my husband and myself worked at Baylor. And here we are. We love Houston, and we are lucky to be there here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anita. Mariv.
You know, I have to say, it's so delightful. We think our differences in Yiddish are big, but basically everybody more or less speaks Yiddish, and then suddenly they have an English accent or a South African accent or a Canadian accent or something. It's so fun to hear everybody after they've spoken Yiddish together, go back to all these different. Anyway, so I live in Oregon, and yes, there are Jews in Oregon, mostly in Portland. I live in a small town. I retired here because it was quiet and inexpensive. But I'm really a Californian. My heart is in Berkeley, and where I lived for 25 years, and I loved it. And my grandparents all left Bessarabia in 1906, right after the Kishinev pogrom, and a whole family went to Argentina, and from there some are still in Argentina and Uruguay, and some came to New York. And my other side left Germany in 1933 when Hitler came into power, and they were paying attention, thank God, and they got the whole family out.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks. David Katz.
Childi. Hello. Yes. Yeah. My family comes from. We came from Boston, Chicago. I guess we came here before and after the First World War. But now I'm in Dallas, Texas, and Chapsvei Kinder at Rice University. And
Wonderful.
Good. Very good. Marsha.
Oh yeah. I'm originally from Norwich, Connecticut, and then I'm from New York, and now I'm both places, West Palm Beach, and then I go back to New York. But my parents also were immigrants. They came the Bolsheviki uprisal, and they met here in the United States. But my father lived in a hut, like a straw. It was a straw roof and dirt floor. And my mother was her father was a rabbi, and she had more education. It was interesting. They were both wonderful parents, and I love Yiddish because of them. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Morty.
Yeah, I am originally from Peru, as most of you know. I 35 or 36 years ago, my family and I, at my insistence, decided to move to Canada. And since then, we lived in a suburb that's called Thornhill. They say it's the fastest growing Jewish town in North America. And it's right outside, just north of the Toronto city line. So basically part of Toronto. My family came from, of course, Eastern Europe. On both sides, they came to Peru in the 1920s. My father's family came from Chernovitz. So they were all really Yekes, even from Eastern Europe. Ostjuden.
Ostjuden, yeah.
And on my mother's side, they came from a small, not so small, but a town called Sniatin in it's in Ivano-Frankovsk, Bukovina. So yeah, and now there's nobody from the family left in Peru. We are distributed between Miami, a lot of them, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, California, San Francisco, Israel, and I don't know where else. But wandering Jews, we all have spilkis.
Not Spilkes, yeah. That's right. I once counted the countries that I lived in, and really that was too much. Yeah.
Well, what
Yes.
brought you to Houston, Rena?
What brought me to Houston? Well, the story is that my husband had a midlife crisis, and instead of buying a Jaguar, we moved from Israel to Houston.
Oh my goodness.
Another university, from one university, from Tel Aviv University.
Big mistake. You should have gotten the Jaguar.
You should have gotten the Jaguar. Yes. So when we both turned 50, we moved from Israel to, yeah. But the thing is that we lived in other places a lot. Every summer we lived in another country because of what he's doing. He was invited a lot to give lecture, to give master classes. So he's the textbook of his field.
And what is
wrote
that?
He wrote the
Right.
textbook of the field. So he got,
What field?
got
Lena,
invited.
What field?
It's molecular evolution.
Wow.
So he got
Yeah,
invited.
I don't know too
That
many.
was my old job.
That's your whole job. Yes, you know. It was
I don't know too many other people
Oh.
doing molecular evolution. That's true.
well, that's my husband, yeah, and all his students all over the world.
Yeah,
that keep-
yeah.
yeah.
That's fascinating.
So who didn't speak? Sandra didn't speak. Sandra, where are you now? Where are you originally from? You're muted. Yeah, now
I'm
it's
in,
good.
I'm in Teaneck, New Jersey. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
I'm in Teaneck, New Jersey. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. My father was born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1904. His parents came from Europe, from Russia in 1895. My mother didn't come. She came from Russia-Poland border. She came in 1921 with her family. My grandfather, her father had come first in 1914 to St. Louis because he had family there that told him that they would help him go into business. And he came in 1914 and the First World War broke out. He couldn't send for his family. He wasn't able to bring his family until 1921.
Wow.
Brought his family, and my parents met in their. My father was a concert pianist, and my mother studied. She was an accountant, and she went to St. Louis University. They met through her brother, and they got married. And then I was born in 1938, and I'm married a Chicagoan. We lived in Lakewood, New Jersey, and then we went into the real estate business back in Chicago, where my husband was. My husband was a rabbi, couldn't make a living, proper living, and we went into business, and we raised our family. We have 2 daughters that live in Israel, and I have many grandchildren there, all serving in the army. And the rest of the family lives here, and thank God for everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Daniel, a bit about yourself. You're from Houston, yes?
Yeah, I'm from Houston. I've, lived a couple places for education, Hampton, Sydney, Virginia, and Dublin, and very briefly in Berlin. But yeah, I'm honestly about as American as it gets. Any Jewish family in my background essentially got diluted. I believe they were German Jews who eventually, converted like so many other Germans did. But yeah, I'm from my background is I had a major in history in German. I got interested in that tiny bit of Jewish background, and German to Yiddish is really just an alphabet and some muddling through a bit of Slav and a bit of Hebrew.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Who else is here? Louisa and Beverly. Okay. Louisa, and we will finish with Beverly, okay?
Well, I'm from Argentina. My parents were Polish Holocaust survivors, and my mother was from the city that is mentioned every day in the news, from Lvov, which at the time was part of Poland. And so it's kind of rings this bell that I would have liked to go someday, but now it looks very impossible. But anyway, they were Polish-speaking Jews, even though they also spoke Yiddish, but as you know, at home they spoke Polish. So it was a different experience to Jews that came after the Holocaust into Argentina. And they were not as integrated into the Yiddish-speaking environment. But anyway, they ended up there because my mother had two uncles that had gone there before the war. And I grew up in Buenos Aires in the golden age of Jewish education in Buenos Aires, and I lived in several countries too, and I lived in Israel, and went to school in Israel as well. I'm a graduate of the Hebrew University, and I live in Houston.
Okay, thank you, Louisa. Beverly, you are the last but not least.
Yeah. Well, Dave and I are from Brownsville, Brooklyn, which was a totally Jewish, Yiddish-speaking area. Now it's totally changed. My parents came separately. My mother is a whole other story for another time. And Dave's father came from Vilna. First, he came here to New York, and then he sent for his wife and child. But my mother came with four orphans because her parents were murdered in a pogrom. Anyway, so, and then somehow or other, 7 moves later, we found ourselves in Houston, Texas for 5 years, but we stayed 50. And my sister couldn't speak English when she went to kindergarten in New York. And she was the smartest one in the whole family, I always said. My parents were verbrennte Yiddishists. They were burning Yiddishists. They belonged to the Arbeiter Ring and very, very progressive. So now we're here.
Okay, thank
Beverly,
you. Oh, I forgot Neely. Just a
wait,
moment. I forgot Neely. Neely.
Oh, okay.
Neely?
She there? I hope.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so tell us shortly about.
I was born in Israel, and so did my husband. But then when he finished his PhD at the Weizmann Institute, he could not get a proper job. So his father, that came from Poland, told him, you should go to America. So I told him, what do you mean go to America? So he said, okay, he should go by himself if you don't want. So I told him, we have 2 children and we are married. So we went, all of us came to America. We lived in different states, and we end up in
Houston.
In Houston, yes. And my husband.
Which is not such a bad place.
It's not. No, I'm not complaining, and originally I'm from Rehovot, Israel.
Okay, thank you, Neely. Oh, I see that Hilda joined us.
But
Hilda.
just a minute, I want to mention, I didn't hear anyone that his parents came to Israel as a pioneer, as chalutzim.
No. My parents came after the war. My parents came in 49 after the war.
My father really wanted to, but he couldn't get in. My father tried really hard, but he couldn't get in.
Couldn't get in.
33.
I had some chalutzim in my family. My
Well,
mother's family.
I will find some story about this as well. But Hilda is from, just a moment, Hilda is from England, and after next week we are celebrating Purim. Costume recommended, costume, it's whatever, Purim, like Purim should be. Afterwards, we have a story about England. But, like Cookie, you say that your father came from England. That will be the story after the Purim. Hilda, can you tell us about
Okay,
where
thank
you are
you.
now, and where your family? Because we told, each of us told the story about where we are now and where our family came from. So
I'm in London in England, and I was born here. In fact, I was born in a taxi cab in the middle of London.
That's a good story.
I was conceived
Yes,
in a taxi
that's
cab.
another story. But my parents both came from Poland. My father from Warsaw, and my mother from a shtetl. It's called by the Poles, they call it Plonsk, but the Jewish people called it Plinsk. Not Plotsk, that's another place, but it has an N in the middle, Plinsk. And my mother was one of 10 children. She was the baby. And I think my parents were married from a shidduch, because I never asked them. And afterwards, when I realized I should have asked them, it was too late. And my brothers did the same. So my mother had family in England. My father escaped from the army. He went AWOL. I'm broadcasting this. Yes. He left my mother. They were already married. My mother was only 18 when she married him. So I think it was a shidduch. He left her in Plinsk with her mother, and he went to France, and he spent 2 years. Spent 2 years in Paris. And then he sent for her. She took one look at Paris and did not want to live in Paris. And she had the final say, and they moved, fortunately, they moved to London, where she had all her family. And that is how I came to be here now.
Well, that was a good decision to come to London. Yeah.
It was, yeah. Well, I think it would have been a better decision to go to the USA. But she had all her family here. So that's where we are.
That's why she didn't like Paris.
Thank you, Hilda. Hilda,
Yeah.
you got my email that there is a time that the time has changed.
Oh no, I didn't get that. But I haven't. When did you send that?
I sent it, I think, on Thursday.
Oh, well, maybe I missed it.
I sent you and I sent Daniela, because we moved now the difference between us is 5 hours until when you are going to, until the March 31, when you are moving the clocks.
So what time is it there now?
Now it's 12:24.
Okay.
And you are at what? 5:24?
No, not 5. Oh, yeah, 5 hours.
Yes, it's 5 hours. I know.
7. We are earlier now. Yes, we're still
Yeah,
earlier.
we are earlier now, so it's 5
You are
hours
earlier.
until March 31.
Okay.
Okay, so for
Yes,
next week,
Zeige sind alle.
when Zeige sind alle, put a
I
costume
just
on
wanted
for
to
next
say
week.
that
Yeah.
This is always the same costume.
David Ben Gurion was born in Plonsk.
That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Correct.
And yeah, and the other thing was did Beverly leave already?
What?
Did she leave? Because I grew up in the adjoining neighborhood from where she came from. I wanted
What?
to when
Yeah, which one? Crown Heights?
East New York.
Yeah, sure. I'm from Saratoga and Pitkin.
Oh, sure. To go to Thomas Jefferson High School?
Yes, ma'am.
Me too.
Oh, wow. We'll have
Okay.
to talk separate.
Okay, it turns
And
out
Susan went to a different high school. Susan is from there too, but a different high school.
Susan is from Brooklyn, no?
Yeah, but not our high school, a different one.
Yeah.
Forgot
Okay,
already.
guys. It
Okay,
was
next week.
very, very interesting to see
Yes, very.
in all the histories, especially now that we are doing, you know, immigration
Yes,
stories.
yes,
But we
yes.
are taking a break. Next week is Purim. We are celebrating Purim. So it's a fun story, a fun everything. Purim. Put something on yourself, put a costume, put
I
a hat,
will.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And
All right.
Hilda and Daniela, pay attention. We are still, you know, there is the time difference until they're changing it in Europe. I checked, I saw that they're changing it in Europe on March 31. So until then, there is, you know, 5 with Hilda and I think 6 with Daniela, I
Well,
think.
basically, they have to come an hour earlier than they used to, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
until they will change at their place.
Yeah.
Okay. Sei mir alle gesehen.
Thank
It
you
was
very
fun.
much.
Unfortunately, we were
everybody.
late
It was fun.
because we are attending Daniel
Thank
Garai
you. Thank
Israeli
you.
time.
Okay.
Thank you.
You enjoyed it, Daniela?
A lot.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Große Dank.